The beginning of 6.1, a newfound adventure is here. Albsterz, how lovely to see you. If you're not in too much of a rush, I was about to make a pot of tea. Would you like a cup? Take a seat then, and I'll find us something to nibble on as well. Oh, biscuits and tea? What else can a British man ask for? Yeah, you pour that good stuff. That PG tips. Get that in there. Yep. Give me that Maryland cookie as well. Oh, they got even the jam cookies as well. Oh, and the donut. Oh my god, I'm spoiled for choice. It's so good to see you again, Lunar. Yes. It's a bit quiet in here, isn't it? If I fart, it vibrates the room.
It's so much quieter these days without everyone around. Not that I'm pining for your return, you understand.
Yeah, you are.
I have my sources, and I know that each and every one of you is doing well and keeping busy with your endeavors. Meanwhile, I'm left with a surplus of free time and the question of how to make the most of it. What about you? Any plans for the immediate future?
No, me and Stort were just in Costa del Sol, kicking it up. A new grand adventure, of course. A grand new adventure, of course. Me and Sir Muffin.
Traveling to the edge of existence and back wasn't enough? Well, if that's the case, I might have a suggestion for you.
Okay, what's your suggestion then?
You fought bravely and selflessly, helping those in need and saving our star from unimaginable threats.
Of course I did.
For your deeds, you've been hailed as the champion of Eorzea and a host of other incredible things.
Well, what can I say?
But why not put those titles aside for a while?
What?
Acquit yourself as a simple adventurer again and travel the world in search of wonder.
You're right. Who knows what mysteries are still waiting to be discovered? That's a great idea, but where to start? It's so big and so much girth. I see.
Oh, that's the spirit. I can feel from here the blazing fire that just lit in your belly.
No, that's the curry I had last night. It's not working
Now,
well.
all you need is a destination.
Right, where are we going then, Lunar? Speak to me. Oh, hold on, look at that cup of tea. Hold up.
If you're having trouble deciding, just leave it to me.
Oh, no, tell me where you got that cup first. Look at the size of it. It's bigger than my...
Fafnir. That's where you should go next.
Fafnir? Why there?
I doubt you were able to squeeze in a proper tour of Radzatan the last time you were there.
Okay.
But with the burning skies and rampaging monsters and so forth, and I'm sure Vritra would be pleased to see you.
I was about to say we're about to catch up with
Then
Vritra,
there's
aren't
the
we?
bounty itself. The Empire's presence in the region was always a deterrent to exploration. So if you've a mind to sail that sea, now's your chance.
Well, thank you.
Just think of all the new experiences you could have.
Yes, all the Storts, all the new ones. Oh! The new armor. Oh.
Tell me, have you been to the ruins beneath the waters of the bounty?
Oh. Alright, what's...
As the bearer of Azem's crystal, you may consider your duty to see at least that much.
Oh my god. So that is the first location that we're going to go to. The fact that we're still going to have Emmett, like, cutscenes. Fuck, Jemper.
Oh, I know that look. That's an adventurer ready to take on the world.
It is me and Stort already. And Sir McMuffin.
In anticipation of an occasion like this, I was planning to gift you a new set of traveling clothes, but it's still a work in progress.
No, I don't want your clothes. I got my armor set
Shouldn't
on.
take much longer now, though, so sit tight and I'll have the last few bits sewn up before you can finish another cup of tea.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. Have you seen the size of the cup? I'm not going to be able to finish that. Ah, you're the best, Atari. Make sure it has pockets, please. thought that was going to go into an evil smile then. Oh, she's just doing it there.
Stitch in here and trim in there. Knot the threads with love and care.
A wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. A jiggle and a wiggle.
Just a little more to go. I'm sure you're still brimming with excitement.
Yes, I'm eyeing up this muffin as you're sewing. Calling my name.
I'm one with the needle. See how the fabric surrenders to my whims.
It's probably the only thing that has surrendered to your whims, to be honest. Just to put it bluntly there.
I'll make sure the lining has plenty of pockets for all your little treasures. I swear adventurers are worse than children when it comes to hoarding every feather and leaf and animal hide they come across.
Not me. Not me. Why was that directed? My inventory's top notch.
Oh, we mustn't forget the waterproofing. Gods forbid you forget to disrobe before plunging into the sea, or a river, or a piping hot bath.
Hey, sounds about right. Ooh, whoa, whoa, hold the phone. Now, who and what? I know that from anywhere. That's my Reaper calling. Oh, he looks like an Abyss Lector. Huh? Anyone else?
And thus I am returned.
I hold the phone. That is not Xenos. There's no way. They confirmed him dead. Unless this is new storyline. They wouldn't be stroking me like that. A newfound adventure. Ooh, okay. I see, I see. What? Did I go into a food coma?
Ah, you're awake.
Hey? Oh, it's quite hard fantasiaing.
My apologies. I do get a little carried away with my sewing.
A little?
You seem awfully cheerful. Pleasant dream?
Yes, maybe.
Or are you just looking forward to the next chapter of your grand saga?
Yes, I'm happy to get back on Stored again.
Either way, I promise to provide you with new apparel, and so I shall.
Oh, come on, where
If
is it
you'll
then?
accompany me to the Diamond Forge, we can put the finishing touches on your outfit. Shall we?
Diamond Forge? Oh, indeed. Oh, that music. Oh, it brings back the memories. Look at Lele. I am so happy to be a male Ra again. Oh, the height, the thickness, the combination of just everything. The good-looking glams and bound for... So, a former receptionist and sometimes intelligent gatherer of these scions allowed me to offer you a word of advice. Do not expect juicy rumors to simply fall in your lap. Adventurers rely on gossip, and the best place to pick up information are taverns and markets. At present, you only have a broad destination in mind. When you arrive in Fafnir, I suggest you explore your options at the Mirahan, the finest drinking establishment in Razat-Hand. Charm the employees, and they not only point you in the direction of the local telltales, but also share with you the trick for loosening their tongues. Now, I really must be getting back to running my bequeath. Enjoy the journey, Albsterz, and may fair fortune find you. Thank you, Lele. Do appreciate it, man. Stort! It's time. Welcome to the Mirahan. Ah, hello. I did not recognize you at first. Are you here alone? Let me find you a table. Ruins beneath the bounty? Would you be speaking of the sunken treasure vault? We have one regular historian, in fact, who could tell you all about it. You have piqued my interest. Ah, there he is, Professor Jarheen. I thought I saw him come in. Although a somewhat private sort, the professor is quick to befriend those who share his fondness for the Mehan unique beverages. Offer him a drink from our selection and he should happily share everything he knows about the vaults you seek. And a few other odd bits besides. Whenever you buy from him is on the house, by the way. If the Mehan find out I took coin from Fafnir's savior, she would be scrubbing the pots for a week. Now, where to begin? Might I assume that you've heard of Azadao? He was the Khan of the Arur tribe, which sailed the Fafnir from the mainland, and he was a key figure in the history of Razat-Hand. His decision to aid the Askadoria is what ultimately won them the war against the Garasura, thus allowing our predecessors to allow the foundation for this thriving city-state. The truly fascinating stories, however, concern his grandson, Azadale Il, who was known for his deeds as the sun trap in Razat-Hand's earlier days. Some attest to this man traveled to another world entirely and returned when with glistening riches. Others that he brokered an alliance with a certain Wyme of the First Blood. Then there is a tale of a sunken vault, the one you seem most curious about. According to this legend, Azadale Il claimed a small island somewhere in the middle of the bounty. There he built a structure reaching clear to the bottom of the sea, a deep and secret storehouse, and all locked his worldly wealth within. I seem to have overindulged. I have put in my mind of the words of Master Jahan. Be wary of how much of the drink you swallow, lest you shall swallow you. Excuse me, forgive me. Oh, God. You know more with the unseemly antics. If you wish to speak to Asma, well, as I said, we share a taste of Mahada's fine spirit. You probably came in as we were talking. I wish you in fortune finding your fortune. Yeah, he's all over the place. You appear to have learned all that Jarheen has to share regarding the undersea vault. I will tell you what my friend told me. How he convinced a merchant in the bazaar to give him a rough location of the vault's entrance. It seems this merchant, as one Azar, I believe, is selling a map which shows the exact route, but my friend's purse was too light for the exorbitant price. With what meager wealth he had, he instead paid to learn that there are ruins on a small island somewhere in the bounty. And within those ruins hide the path to the vault deep below. If you are truly indeed on seeking Asdale's treasure, I suggest you put your affairs in order. I wish things were different, but I do not believe my friend is ever coming home. Aye, look at us with the swag. Where's the ugly duckling?
Please, Ashal, please! You must let me have that treasure map!
What is... Hold up!
What's all this about?
What's going on?
My mother and father were slaughtered by monsters. My baby sister, still too young to fend for herself. Can you spare us no kindness? So, you hope to find your fortune? And what? You expect me to surrender my wares for pity's sake?
Chat. Correct me if I'm wrong here. That is David Bowie. Hey, that's a compliment. David Bowie is a legend. What an absolute fine chap.
I thought. Come back when you've more than rags to your name.
Oh, all right. Let me splash my purse. Lahoy.
This is no mere treasure map. It is a guide to the vaults of Azadale III, one of the great satraps of Razat-Han, and a direct descendant of Alzadal Khan.
A map to Alzadal's legacy?
So he says. A fake, I'd wager.
Yeah, fake.
This is no fake. The
Fake.
parchment is marked with an arcane glyph of passage.
Fake.
You may find the ruins hidden in the bounty, but you won't be setting foot inside without this in your possession.
Oh, it's fake. Sus. I'll buy it off you 2 gil because it's fake, alright?
A priceless artifact it is. Discovered amongst the rubble in the aftermath of the final days, and lovingly restored by yours truly. This map is the key to fabulous riches. And I'll be the king of fools to simply give it away.
Alright, we're gonna have to rob it off him.
Be glad I am no such king boy. You're scrawny-eyed and never return with that treasure alive.
Whoa. Okay, definitely now we gotta take it.
Oh, cruel fate. Why must you tempt me with wealth I am powerless to claim? How I shall envy the one who purchases that precious map. Whatever they pay will be but pittance against the golden hoard they stand to uncover.
Okay, we get someone else to buy it, and then they shall give it to me in an undisclosed location, so they don't know who the actual buyer is. Hold up a minute. I thought you was retiring. Hey, Stydian.
What of you, sir? Fighting man of your stature would surely relish the challenge of
What's he
recovering
doing?
Albsterd's lost fortune.
Yes. What do you have to say?
Fortune, you say?
Yes. Thought you was on holiday, Stydian.
If I had but the strength to seize that treasure, my starving sister would never want for food.
Stydian doesn't have gil.
I'll take it. Will this cover the price?
What? Where'd you get that from? Hey, David Bowie, don't be doing that. How big that coin purse is as well. Oh no! He's gonna get conned. This new quest feels like a mix between Pirates of the Caribbean and Uncharted.
Well met,
Yes.
my friend.
Good to see you again. Yes, give the stern nod.
Someone is dressed for adventure.
I can say the same with you.
Why Favner of all places? Knowing you, I suspect there's more to your plans than sightseeing and shopping. Ruins beneath the bounty. Curious. And here I've acquired a map to just such a site.
With that sale, I do believe I've earned the rest of the day off. Thank you for your patronage, sir, but if you'll excuse me.
It's gonna...
You mind us?
Oh, no. I would open it first. He's gonna run off, isn't he?
And now I've fleeced one of the heroes of the final days. Pray the sisters were looking elsewhere.
It's a fake map. You knew it would be too good to
This
true.
map may or may not be genuine. Either way, we'll need a ship to find out for sure.
It's kind of like a good map, though, huh? Oh, you seem eager to be on the way. I never took you for a treasure hunter, huh?
Lest you misunderstand, I seek the treasure not for myself.
Who for? The child?
If such a fortune truly exists, then it could help ease the struggles of those who lost their loved ones in the final days.
Very true.
I hope to do for Thavnir what you and Alphino did for the Alamegans when you recovered the Mad King's trove. Come now. You know Alphino needs little encouragement when it comes to recounting the tales of your shared exploits.
Hey, I've already been to court for that in-game, okay?
Speaking of precocious lads, that boy in the bazaar was clearly an accomplice of the merchant. Suppose his role was to draw the attention of the crowd and add weight to the merchant's bold claims.
All a ruse.
Transparent act for the most part. It was not all mummery. The need to provide for his sister rang true enough. Thus, if some portion of the profits end up in that waif's pockets, then I will consider it money well spent, whether the map leads us to the vault or not. You are coming along, yes?
Yes, of course I am. A new adventurer. Let's go. Hey, the boats. Me and Astidian, the
I thought
bromance.
as much.
Yes.
Now, let's see about securing a vessel.
Oh, let's go. Hey, just two bros out on the boat. The boats. I really want to play some music. Now, who's going to be sussy watching us? How did I know? But there is a tale of another time. What we need to do now is a merchant or a trawler. We're a ship fit for open seas. Meister is a fisherman by trade. Yes, we should head to the Alcala and see if he can help us. So you need a seaworthy vessel to seek these ruins. Yes, I do. Consider it was your deed which allowed us to return to fishing. I should think everyone would be glad for a chance to repay the favor. Wait here, and I will have a boat stocked and ready for you in no time at all. Have you noticed our little shadow? He's been following us since we left the city. Astidian is on it, alright? We see you there, boy. Show yourself, come on. Come out. No point hiding. Yes, I see you there. It is you. Do you know how far out of our way we walked so that you would not cross paths with some wild beasts? I'm sorry, sir, but you aren't the heroes who saved Fafnir. You are. I know who you are. I've gone and I cheated you. I worked with Zazzle. You see, the map merchant. It's my job to play the pleading orphan and convince the crowd his wares are worth the price he asks. I'm ashamed of what I've done, and I beg you for my forgiveness. If it's not for you, my sister and I would have nothing left. Enough. I know your game, and I paid the price willingly. A fortunate purchase, as it turns out, and for my friend here was seeking those very ruins. You are kind to overlook the wrong I have done you. But there is more you need to know. What is this voice? It is basically a male Paimon. The map you brought is very real. As if the island it shows, I overheard the Zale selling the information to another customer. He told me that the man where he needed to search about the ruins, about the vault, about everything. Then the man sailed out to his fortune, never to return. You cannot go to that place. You should have more friends with you, maybe even a whole army. I do not doubt the ruins hold danger, but I assure you, the two of us, there is little we cannot overcome. Please, I cannot bear the thought of her. What should we do? We could invite our comrades. We might need a hand moving the treasure. Now you've got to made him cry. God damn it, Astidian. Why? You had one job, Astidian. I did not. That was not my intention. Very well. Assuming we do find this treasure hoard, it may prove wise to have more hands along for the carrying. Any ideas on whom to approach? The scions have scattered far and wide since our last gathering. Bankrid and Urion J, Alphino and Alazay, Grahatia and Cryo. I like how they put Listola at the bottom, because we all know she's kind of mid. So I'm going to go with Bankrid and Urion J. I want my bros to join me. Bankrid and Urion J, Those two would answer our call, certainly, but they left the Rising Stones with a definite task in mind, and I am loath to interrupt their self-appointed mission. Okay, what about the Stola? Alright. Every Final Fantasy fan ever. You Stola? Yeah, same here. That's exactly what I would have said. Her Magitech would be more than a welcome addition, aye. But I am loath to interrupt her research. Perhaps we could ask a little less prickly companion. How about Alphano? No, what about Xaraphiel and Cryle then? Aye, Cryle may have our hands full rebuilding the students. But if you reach out to Xaraphiel, he would certainly leap at the invitation. Ah, will that set your mind at ease? Yes, if that man is as strong as you. Is he, though? Strong, I mean. Yes, he will get the job done. Ah, what is your name, boy? Mirad, sir. Well, Mirad, your life is yours to serve as you will. But I suggest you find a more honest trade if you truly wish to keep your sister safe. I am not proud of what I've done, but I will do it again. But what choice do I have? We need to eat, and everyone's too busy rebuilding their own lives to bother with two grubby orphans. Wait, boy. I didn't take this roundabout road just to see you end up in some creature's belly. Let me walk you back to the city gates. Thank you, sir. Much obliged. Call me Astinian. I shall leave you to recruit Xaraphiel. He'll appreciate the invitation that much more, I'm sure. As I recall, he was based at the Annex. Someone there ought to be able to point you in the right direction. Let us be off, Mirad. Do me a favor and don't stray from the path.
Ah, Urgica, my good man.
That is not I that you seek. That is not me.
Would you be so kind as to...
Oh, isn't this a pleasant surprise?
Nice to see you again, Lala. Been a while.
I wish you had sent word ahead. I thought I was having visions for a moment there.
Ah, what are you two working on? How is the restoration of the students coming along? How are you two?
Raha and I have been compiling old records of the students' activities. We were able to locate several accounts in the archives of Numenon, but the bulk of our documents was lost along with the Isle of Fowl.
Oh, really? Ooh.
But what brings you to the Annex, my friend? Surely you haven't come all this way just to watch us shuffle dusty papers around?
No, I would like you to come join me on this new adventure. Called Uncharted 5.
The treasure vault of Albsterz III.
And you're looking for companions to join you on this expedition.
Indeed. That is the plan. Look at the male rush.
I would dearly love to accompany you, of course, but I'm afraid I'm committed to another task. On the subject of which, I had hoped to ask for your assistance.
Oh, no, I'm not doing fetch quests.
Then again, it's not so urgent that it can't wait until you've returned. You should go, Raha. I'll stay here and mind the shop.
I think he's had enough.
Are you sure? I'd hate to leave you short.
Oh, look at the little glow in his eyes.
I'm sure. Just try to be back before too many moons have passed.
Well, I guess we're off on another adventure already. Have you asked anyone else to come along?
No, just you.
then might I suggest we invite your Stola?
No, why? No, why are you gonna do that?
Ever since the Scions disbanded, she spent most of her time cloistered within the Great Google Library, hoping to piece together a method to traverse the rift.
Oh.
It would seem, however, that whatever wisdom she sought there was not to be found. She arrived in Charlian the other day. We spoke briefly before she began her search of Numenor.
She's becoming more and more like Montoya every single day.
Considering what you've told us of Alzadal's extraordinary feats, I do believe your Stola would be more than interested to hear what you have to say. Splendid! Then let us head to the archives at once.
Go then.
Wait,
Hell,
before
what?
you go, I have another potential member to volunteer, if you've room to spare. Urianger.
Hey, we're getting all the Scions back together already, huh?
He sent the students a request for materials, you see. Treatises on the architecture of treasure vaults and the like.
Ah, and there's me thinking this patch would have been just us riding solo with Stork or Ugly Duckling.
From what I can gather, the Loperites wish to build their own vault for the people of Atheris to explore, and are looking for inspiration to help make it a memorable experience.
Interesting.
So, why not take Urianger with you? Let him study Alzadal's legacy firsthand.
None can deny the benefit of seeing something with your own eyes. If our expedition leader has no objections, I say we extend Urianger an invitation once we've spoken with your Stola.
Sounds good to me, huh? Let's go. Oh, they got Garuda up there as well. Oh, this is new, isn't it?
Safe travels, you two.
Lord.
But don't forget, I'd still like your help with that other matter I mentioned.
No. No, I cry.
Right. Then it's off to the library.
Leave the fetch quests to yourself. All right, this is a newfound adventure. There is no more fetch quests. Speak with Listola. You can't even see her engulfed in all these books because she's surrounded. Oh.
I've never known your Stola to doze off in the middle of research before.
Close my eyes for one moment.
So cute. I was wondering what the sound. What I wonder what happened then. Everything just went silent.
How long have you two been here?
No. Just got here. I literally just sat down. Just arrived. Yep, just arrived. Yep. Yeah. We didn't want you to wake you up. Catching up on some light reading. You know what I mean? Just some hentai and some other bits and bobs. We just arrived.
Did you now?
Yes. You heard my pity patter coming in. You heard the ugly duckling coming. Quack, quack.
I must have been studying for 2-3 days straight before exhaustion finally claimed me.
I wonder why.
As you know, I've been researching ways to travel from the source to one of its reflections.
Final Fantasy 16?
Well, looking for hints at least. I don't expect to find a simple set of instructions tucked away in some dark corner of the library. So I've been skimming through the stacks, hoping to uncover even a partial mention of any similar feats in the past. A means to travel between worlds exists, and you can be sure I will find a way to employ it. So I promised Lunar, but 'twould seem I've set myself a nigh impossible task.
You needn't be so hard on yourself. The leap I made with the Crystal Tower was not achieved in an afternoon. It was the culmination of a collective effort spanning generations.
Oh, you think me discouraged? I assure you, 'tis quite the opposite. A daunting challenge and the time to sink my teeth into it. I feel like a fresh-faced student again.
A scholar in her element.
Indeed. Was there something else you wish to ask of me?
Would you like to join our adventure? Going on a little bit of an uncharted territory.
Albsterz is no minor figure in Harnish history, and much is known about his family. But this is the first I've heard of a descendant surviving a trip to another world. If those tales are true, then he may have left behind some clue as to how it was accomplished.
Oh.
An invitation to delve into one of the world's lingering mysteries. As if I could refuse. And whence do we embark upon this expedition?
Now. We're going now.
Actually, by ship. But before that, we thought to extend an invitation to Urianger as well. He was in Thalmazane last we heard.
Then by all means, let us recruit him and be on our way.
I love chicken salt on my chips. Oh, that sounds good.
Ah, our illustrious champion.
Ah, hello.
Cloaked in the mantle of the common explorer, fame set aside in thy pursuit of simple adventure.
Good to see you again.
I am told a new expedition is in the offing.
Ah, this good to see you as well. Wasn't Thancred with you?
He left to attend to some personal errand, but should be returning ere long.
You've been keeping yourself busy, I trust?
True to our plan, Thancred and I embarked upon a pilgrimage of sorts, with an eye for gauging the state of those lands through which we passed.
What?
Our travels were interrupted, however, by a request for aid from our befurred Lunar allies.
Oh, really? What do they need?
You may recall, the Loperites had been seeking new purpose for the moon, another role through which it might serve to benefit mankind. The Forum hath been working to advise them in this endeavor, but I return to offer mine own counsel.
How about a cheese factory? We get it going up on the moon, huh?
And this has what to do with treasure vaults, exactly?
Ah, you have learned of my predicament from Mistress Xaraphiel. I know not whence they acquired such knowledge, but the Loperites now stand convinced that adventurers delight in treasure hunts. Thus, with their newly built wonderland of riches and mystery, do they hope to entice all manner of daring delvers to the moon. So earnest and innocent was their desire to bring joy to the world that I found myself powerless to refuse them my cooperation. But what of you, my friends? Why are you come to Labyrinthos?
For you, my boy, to join us on our expedition. We seem to be gathering up all the scions.
Fascinating. This is indeed a most fortuitous opportunity.
Yes, it is. I'll be your
I
Nathan
should be
Drake.
honored to accept thine invitation.
Hey, there we are. There we are. Covenant, let's go, shall we? We have everyone together, and now we're going to be off.
How long hath it been, I wonder? When last our actions were not impelled by fate or desperation.
I'd say about 2 months ago, I think.
Aye. Though I cherish the Scion's accomplishments, 'tis pleasant to not have the weight of the world upon our shoulders for a change.
Counting Estinian, we number 5 now, yes?
Mm-hmm.
Without knowing what traps or perils await unwary feet, we may be wise to refrain from recruiting others.
I agree. Between us, we should have the skills to handle whatever situation may arise. Shall we be on our way?
We shall indeed. This is setting up. This is quite a lot of setup for the dungeon, isn't it?
No time to spare a word.
Hey, let's go! Good to see you, my boy. No job changes, I see, with the new adventure.
A wasted trip, I'm afraid. I'd hoped to catch up with a former mentor while you parleyed with the rabbits. But it seems our paths were not to cross.
You're looking well. How was your pilgrimage? What a question. How was it?
Having an astrologian beside you on the road is surprisingly convenient. And it doesn't hurt that he's making strides with his light-hearted banter.
Ah, so you actually get on with each other now, huh?
In any case, as we made our way around Ilzabard, we saw that much of the continent was in various stages of chaos. A certain amount of disorder is to be expected. The final days are over, and the people no longer have a common threat binding them together. That's the thing with these fledgling troubles, eh? You need to keep an eye out, lest they mature into full-grown headaches.
He's very true.
So, for what reason have so many esteemed personages seemed fit to gather?
We are going on a little bit of a road trip. Or, not road trip, boat trip, to be more precise.
Beneath the waters of the Bounty, you say? I see you've already stolen away my traveling partner with the promise of unexplored ruins and scholarly glory.
I wouldn't say stolen, I would say borrowed, alright? You gotta tread lightly with that word.
It is not for my own indulgence, but rather the fulfillment of my commitment to the Loporits.
Damn straight, rabbit gang all the way.
Of course. And if you have Estinian rounding out your group, you'll likely have all the members you need.
Feeling left out? I could put in a good word for you, if you like.
Oh, don't give us that puppy face.
We may have been released from our obligations, but I'll never be free of that merciless wit of yours, will I?
Their banter's just too good.
In all seriousness, it is best I sit this one out.
What?
Too many former scions consorting with one another might be seen as a cause for concern in certain quarters.
Yeah, I thought we were supposed to be laying low.
I'll return to my usual reconnaissance and scout out the situation in the Far East. Feel free to share if you come across any interesting revelations.
I will indeed.
Till we meet again.
Ta-ta. Now, let's go to meet with the boats. As a Dao, I confess I am somewhat embarrassed that the tale of his journey to another world escaped my notice. Could it be more than a simple folklore? And what of the treasure he supposedly brought back? This undersea vault may hold the relics from another reflection. My friends, we should temper our expectations. The map doth promise ruins, but beyond that we know not what we will find. Not until we find it, aye. So let us disperse with conjuncture and set sail for the vault. Lahoy. Let's set sail. They need to add boat gameplay. That is, if they could add that next, I think that's going to be good. Asdael's Legacy. Oh, it's the boat. I'm liking the vibe of this dungeon, huh? It's giving me like serious Uncharted kind of vibes. The team rolling in. Let's do this, chat, shall we? The first dungeon of the new experience that we are. Oh my god. Why does the Reaper get the best effects? Because Reaper's the best class. This is pretty easy. They're just too good. Hey! Going up against little jellyfish boy here. Okay. Nice to see. Alright, let me activate that. I'm going to get a little bit of this going. Boom. Balla bing, balla boom. Under the sea. Oh no, what's the one they sing in Shark Tale? Every time I see a jellyfish, it just reminds me of that. Right, let's have a little look at his mechanics, see what's going on. Wampus is over here, so I'm guessing the effect of whatever they're going to do is away from here. Okay, what is he doing? Oh, that's a big area effect. Oh, don't goop around the place. Come on. Keep it within you. Like, not in public places, huh? Going for that again. Whoa. What? Oh! That was too close. That was too close. I managed to just... Whoa, I actually got hit by that, but probably not as much as I would have. Come out of that. Move. Nice. Come up to him. I have a 50-word essay to do to... Why you? No! Don't be watching the stream! This will be up as a VOD. This will be up as YouTube content. You can catch up. Make sure to do your work. Make sure. Oh, look at this. Oh, this is so nice, huh? Oh, I'm taking it. No. I'm trying to take in the surroundings. My tank's got other ideas. Oh, let me bing, bang, bonk this. Get the AoE going in. And then we're going to just slice and dice them to death. Unrecognized Aetheral signature. Brazen thief. You will proceed no further. What? This is an actual enemy? What? Are you Dora the Explorer's friend or something? Hold on there, mister. Oh, we got boys. We got boys inbound. Hey, the fish life is not for me, okay? Hey, communicado. Hey, John Wicky's ass. Alright, that's how it's done. That's how you John Wick someone, okay? Goodbye, little fishy. Team's looking strong as ever, don't you worry. There you go. Excommunicado. Get out of here. Oh, that's just too good to be true. I can't take my scythe off you. If you could just die now, that would be lovely. Boy, keep pounding him. The armored chariot. Okay, I like this approach. No, shields. No, not shields. Yep, they are reflective. That is something that I do not want to be a part of. Oh, I seared my butt cheeks with just that. With that mobility, I was able to make it out alive. Why am I losing health? Do you lose health over time? Wampus, thank you for the res. Again, here we go. Gotta be careful of that damage over time that he does. That's kind of naughty. Excommunicado his ass. Watch out for that naughty AoE that he does as well. Absolutely spliffing there, my son. Oh, that's a little bit... No, I didn't mean that. I did not mean that. Worked out in the end. I'll take it. That was not what I need. I wanted to push forward, but I ended up getting pushed to the side. Oh, nice. I was born quirkless. Not until that day I farted. Oh. Ooh! We're going up against Grandma's knitting. What are you... What? Alright, Grandma's knitting. Let's destroy you, shall we? Hey, you look like that guy that shoots beams from his waist. Hey, what? No, you think I'm the posh guy? Hey, there's no way, no shot. Geezer can do one pump and he's done. Unless he has that belt on, he might be able to control it a little bit better, but that's about it. Whoa, what? I'm a ballerina. No, I'm a ballerina. I'm a good ballerina. I'm a good ballerina. Look at me, 12. Look at me, 12. Oh, eat your heart out. Oh, it's lucky I've got the moves, haven't I? John Travolta, eat your heart out. You know them moves were good. Ballerina debut, Albs. What was that? Yes, I can move my feet in unpredictable ways. But props to all the ballerinas out there. Because the work that you do, and just like the sheer amount of muscle that has to go into your feet, for the techniques and stuff that you pull off, is just incredible. So, shout out to all my ballerinas in chat. Nice. Keep this going. Oh! Good work. There was nothing to panic. I don't know what people were worried about. Limit break for the bands, for the boys. There it is. A job well done. Now, what is going to be waiting down in these voids?
What have we here?
It is not unlike a Hunnish alchemical furnace in design.
Well, there is one way we might find out.
Open it up.
Stop! You mustn't touch it.
Oh, Vrtra's here. Why is Vritra here? Huge.
Vritra! Oh, my apologies. Should I continue calling you Varshan?
Ooh. What connection does this have with him?
My nature is no longer a secret. Still, this is not a setting I imagined for our union. Surely you've not entered these ruins as common looters.
Of course not. No way. No, we wouldn't. No.
You could deny your accusations.
No.
But I fear you're not far from the truth.
Could be us.
Great Vritra, might we beseech thee to explain the nature of this strange contrivance?
It was crafted by our alchemists at my behest, for the purpose of sealing something away.
Adult dragon comics, maybe? Sealing away what exactly? I might reference the guy at the beginning.
Perhaps I should simply show you.
No, we don't need no show and tell. You could just... No. If it's best locked away, then keep it locked away. Oh no, that's the same sort of goop. Why have you got all this goop? Is the Reaper class going to be playing a massive part? Oh, just put the goop away. Your Stola likes the goop. Confirmed.
I have lifted the seal, if only for the moment, by an authority only I possess.
A planar fissure?
Oh.
No, my friend. Small though it may be, this is a functioning gate into the void.
And that's how the guy at the beginning was able to escape during this opening here, maybe? Oh, interesting.
I must admit, I am deathly curious to know how a void gate came to be hidden in the depths of these ruins.
To tell that tale, we must first peer far to the south, and even further into memory.
Oh, flashback, 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 let's go! Hog?
An age 5 millennia passed when the Algan Empire sent an invading force to the shores of Merasidia. The southern people rallied around the commanding figures of Bahamut and Tiamat and fought fiercely to repel the would-be conquerors.
Oh.
With Bahamut's defeat, however, the tide turned against them. Desperate to seize any advantage, the Mercidians resorted to summoning primal entities.
This is the containment bay, isn't it? That quest line.
In response, Emperor Zande forged a covenant with the Cloud of Darkness, sovereign among the all-devouring denizens of the Void.
Ooh.
Thus bolstered by icons on one side and Void Scent on the other, the two armies clashed in a battle of unspeakable carnage. So much death, so much loss.
Okay, let me know if I'm hit or miss with this. I'm glad I never miss her. But surely something is going to come back on Nero because he got that crystallized kind of form within the world of darkness. Surely that's going to... Knowing the Square Enix team, something in the writing is going to come back round on Nero and attach itself to that. So I'm wondering, unless that was just a little blip that went on.
I consider myself well versed in that period of history, yet you speak as one who witnessed it happen.
Indeed, I did. I heard Tiamat's roar of defiance and sped toward that war-torn land. Along with my sibling, Ashdaya.
Is Ashdaya still alive?
We dragons are not male or female as men are wont to classify, but
okay.
Elder Sister is the closest a mortal tongue can come to describing what she meant to me.
Ah, interesting.
I
Thank
was
you
the
for
last
educating
of our
me.
brood to hatch, and Ashdaya cared for me where my sire could not. Thus, I was with her when Tiamat roared. I was with her when she journeyed south, and I was with her when she fought against the Void-sent hordes. Yet no matter how many of their vile fiends we cast down, more rose from the abyss to take their place. Faced with an unwinnable war of attrition, Ashdaya risked her all on a final gamble.
Oh. That answers my question.
She plunged through the Void Gate itself to strike at the root of their strength.
Oh.
I tried to follow in her wake, determined to lend what aid I could. But even as I came upon Alag's glittering tower, I saw the rift close behind her.
And didn't the Void Arc questline open a Void gate as well?
Ashdaya has been
with
lost
Diablos?
to us ever since.
I'm sorry for your loss.
I must retract my earlier claim of historical knowledge. Nowhere in the Crystal Tower's archives did I see mention of such noble sacrifice.
That does not surprise me. To Allagan eyes, it must have seemed as if a lone dragon, driven to madness, simply dove through the gate and did not return.
Oh yeah, and as history goes on, the information changes anyway.
For my part, I spent long years searching for the means to reunite with Ashdaya.
Oh.
Until I could search no more. until Alag was dust, and the art to open a void gate large enough to accommodate a dragon forever lost.
Yet you have the beginnings of a gate right here, under the control of a harnessed device.
Yeah, but this is a little bit naughty trying to play around with the void gates and stuff like that.
Archon was founded. Though I scoured the lands for a method to cross the rift, it was beneath the sea that I chanced to find a natural planar fissure.
You don't know what's going to come out the other side.
It was, however, far too narrow to admit a worm's bulk. Only after our city rose upon the rock, and I could enlist the aid of our talented alchemists, did matters take a favorable turn.
Oh.
Their dedication was beyond reproach. Tirelessly they worked to expand the fissure, and after decades of toil, it finally grew to a size that a child might pass through.
This is really interesting, but I just...
that you called out to your
I
king.
wouldn't mess with the void.
Ashdaya's answer was silence. I suspect the conclusion to your tale was not a joyful one.
With hope in my heart, I used a simulacrum to cross the threshold. But no, I did not find her. What I found was a host of void scent, clamoring around the opening they had sensed.
Well, I'm not
It was
surprised.
but a moment, but enough. I had no choice but to retreat and allow the portal to contract once more.
The gate was a threat to your people. You had to decide between endangering Razathan and abandoning your sister. You chose the latter.
Oh my.
'Twas not that thy siblings scorned thy call. 'Twas that she was trapped beyond a barrier through which neither roar nor dragon may pass. Even now, in the desolate world of the 13th.
So we're gonna be... That is our...
I can scarce imagine your pain, yet it was wise not to linger in that place. Too long a sojourn, and even a being of your power risks being warped into a creature of the void.
Oh.
You've seen this phenomenon before, when we stepped into the darkness.
That is very true, yes. That's why I have a lot of questions about this. I remember when Nero turned purple. Oh, they reference it. They reference it. Oh, yes, because what happens if he's still... Because he turned purple, what happens if he's still got fragments or something still within him that can be activated if he ever went back to the darkness? I'm so glad that they actually brought that up.
Turned purple? Well, yes. His wounds had allowed the void's corruption to enter his body and twist his ether.
Yeah, but is it still twisted or is it completely
Had it been allowed to
healed?
progress much longer, I presume he would have been fully transformed.
Hey, not my Nero.
Then there is little hope for Ashdaya.
Ah, no. I hadn't meant to. I speak only of possibilities. The scales of the First Brood are extraordinarily resistant to ethereal fluctuations. They are the protective talisman's core components after all, and even the corruption I described would struggle to overcome.
You know his sister is going to end up being a primal void scent or something that we're going to be taking on.
With the warding scale in one's possession, one could conceivably survive a stay in the 13th without being warped by its energies.
Oh.
Be that as it may, it is too late to rescue my sister. 5,000 years too late.
Just a little bit of a time.
And now countless others look to me for guidance and protection.
Yeah, that's a point as well. Reapers are void sense as well. That's why I thought the guy at the beginning may be Xenos, because it was the Reaper connection, but...
So when I sensed
probably a new
intruders
villain.
in the ruins, I came only to ensure that the gate remained closed. That, and to secure the treasure, of course.
Interesting story that they're setting up.
Forget the rest.
Because you're going to have the connections back with the Omega raids again then. Meanwhile, elsewhere. This is setting up the new enemy. Oh, look at that. Hey, a little bit snazzy with the place, huh? The place kind of resembling a blade of sword. I hope the new enemies stand up to the ones previously. Look at the size of this geezer. Okay, so we got the different elements. So this is going to be interesting. They're going to have primals of all these different elements, yes? Then we're going to be taken down one by one in order to weaken their connection. Oh, look at... He reminds me of Chaos, huh? Whoa. Damn, what? Just when I thought Xenos was thick. I ascend the breaching of a gate, but it was not instigated from this side, thus thrown open from the other. I felt it. A rare occurrence, yes, but such a tiny portal is beneath our notice. There are more pressing matters at hand. An opportunity is upon us, the coming of which we have awaited for nigh on 10,000 years. We do not dare let it slip our grasp. Yet we must not underestimate he who bested the cloud of darkness. Even restrained by the Covenant, the cloud was no feeble wisp to be dispersed by such some flesh and blood mortal. Oh, the music as well that goes with this is kind of badass. So people are saying these are like the four lords of the elements. Bah! Let him come. I will drown the world and watch this fleshling grasp beneath his final moments. Your zealous is admirable, but forget not is our course. Think back on our struggles beneath this sunless sky. Remember why we coded it, not our will to fight. Look at this guy, holy damn. This time, we set the war in motion and win redemption for our star. Kind of badass, I'm not gonna lie. There's the connection with the four lords, the cloud of darkness. There's a lot of stuff connecting here. It is kind of cool. The Abyss Order? Yeah, I get that vibe as well, huh, chat? Shall we begin? If we are to spend the treasures wisely, then we must first determine which group would benefit most from the monetary assistance. Some of my citizens may find it intimidating to speak with the Sun Trap directly, so I would ask if you could act in my stead. Albsterz, you are to visit Yes, speak with Yes and his people, and listen to their grievances. Astidian, I bid you the same. Of the stand, I will be conducting my own inquiries at the Gulf Gales ground. Once you believe you have asserted the needs of the populace, we can reconvene at the Mega. Okay, so these are like my fetch quests. These are like the fetch quests for the beginning of the game. Anything that the village desperately needs. Well, I suppose the casual loss hits us the hardest. I've been trying to find buyers for my fish, but although I sell a few here and there, it's so difficult than before. You've been trying to sell your fish since the beginning of Endwalker. Everyone's still struggling to rebuild their lives. For now, we're just banding together as best as we can. Okay, let's speak with some more of the locals that's going on here. What could such a wonder cost, you wonder? Normally, I'd part with 3 bottles for the generous price of 19,800 gil, but for you, I am willing to lower it even as 10,000. Oh, yeah, that's daylight robbery. I am not Astinian. I am not stupid. Astinian, who is... You're the one who was trying the spear-toting fellow. Well, you can hardly blame a man for trying. The world may no longer be on fire, but we are still siphoning through the ashes, so to speak. Sister, spare me. We might as well have that ugly tower back for the scant few travelers we see these days. Myself, barely have the coin to buy local prices, I tell you. But if I didn't charge the odd adventurer a small fortune for afternoon tea, I'd be scavenging for scraps in the street. Well, you gotta do what you gotta do. I honestly don't blame you, but I'm not falling for it. Someone else can fall for it, alright? If they're a dumbass, then they can fall for it. How fares the port? Well, it is in shambles, isn't it? The trade routes are open once more now that the danger has passed, certainly. But no small number of merchants have to sell their ships to make ends meet in the short term. Add to that to the sailors we lost in the final days, and it's little wonders the flow of the exports is no more than a pitiful trickle. If Kazul and his consortium were still with us, I'm sure we had found a way to turn our fortunes around. Now that there was a man who got things done, God rest his soul. You have now spoken with the king. You have an understanding of the hardships. I say we come full circle with this. And with my geezer not being able to have his fish for the entire expansion of Endwalker, I say we let him have his fish. Aye. Very welcome in as well.
The riches the Radiant Host have retrieved were hoarded in Albsterz name. A fortune I set aside for a future day of need. And lo, that day hath come. May it aid our wounded city in reclaiming its vibrancy and vigor. In better times, I would leave such a task to our capable Archon. God's rest his soul. Finding myself bereft of his counsel in the here and now, I will assume the responsibilities of mine office directly.
Ooh.
Firstly, the treasure shall be sold for more convenient currency. Thence, invested into the trading port of Yedlamad. Our merchants must have their operations restored, their ships rebuilt. Commerce must flow once more. None were spared the tragedy of the final days. Of this, I am well aware. But an absence was created by the loss of Kazal's consortium. And by filling it, we provide new means for our fishermen, our artisans, and others to bring their wares to distant markets.
Ah. Ahoy!
And what of the children who were left without family to care for them?
That is a concern which weigheth heavily upon my mind. The simple gift of coin will soon be exhausted, leaving these young souls adrift on the fringes of our society.
Oh.
Nay, a proper solution is needed, one which doth guarantee their welfare for years to come. Thou hast surely seen how other nations rise to meet this challenge, adventurer. What dost thou deem the wisest course?
Oh no, they're giving me the no, don't give me the choice. Is this an actual power of choice though, or is it just going to be no meaning? Taxes. Levy them on the trade profit in exchange for your investment. It takes a village. No, I am not going to become a tax man or suggest taxes. No. Even though you don't mess with your tax man, I'm going to go with that.
Of course. We must all look out for one
Yes.
another.
Rebuild the village first, then implement the tax later.
Let us put this idea into practice. A contract shall be written, requiring all who receive of Albsterz treasure to commit a portion of their future earnings towards the running of an orphanage. Now, such an influential policy is deserving of a worthy name.
Oh, what's it going to be? Steve. Come on with. Ooh, seems appropriate. Why not honor one of the most successful merchants? No, let's go with this one.
A fitting candidate.
Indeed.
Xaraphiel should be remembered, not as the blasphemy which terrorized Thavne, but as a hard-working and generous man who brought much wealth to our shores. Do any among you object to this proposition? Many here lost loved ones to the beasts.
Nope. Nothing to object. This is not a Shrek wedding. Oh,
In that time of strife, any one of us could have broken. Any one of us may have been taken by despair. When I think of Xaraphiel, I feel no hatred. Only a stinging regret that we could not save him as well.
Looking at this aura, I've got to dye my aura's
Isn't
hair.
that right, men?
Yes. Lahoy. And I like their armor sets, though. Holy damn.
This bodes well for that boy. Murad, was it? Perhaps he can cut ties with that shady peddler.
Then let it be done. Henceforth, this initiative shall be known as the Xaraphiel Foundation.
Hey, let's go.
Nabdeen, thou art to assemble a patrol and ensure that no child in this city liveth in squalor.
Damn straight. Get to it, people.
Clerks, see to the management of our funds and make haste. Our citizens must not suffer a day more than is necessary.
Dragon and man, side by side in pursuit of a brighter morrow. Reminded of Ishgar.
Hey, don't bring back Ishgar. That was one of the best expansions. Just in terms of I would love a snowy location again. Because that was so beautiful. You will forgive me for not speaking sooner, but I bear a message from the Archon Yestola. She asked that you wish to meet her at the High Crucible at your earliest convenience. Understood, thank you. Yestola must have finished her studies at the Void Gate. Shall we hear what she has to say then? I will go forth with you. Ah, it's a ginger. I thought the sun trap would be too busy setting up the foundation. My clerks have been well-oiled cogs of this administration. Since before, yes, assumed the office they would understand what needs to be done. and I am curious to learn what conclusions your Archon has reached concerning the gate's unique constructions. As you wish, allow me to lead the way, Your Excellency.
Right, here we all are.
Right, there you are. Hello.
You discovered something new.
I took a closer look at that device. I was able to determine how it keeps the Void Gate sealed, but not how it might instead be employed to expand the opening. For that, I would need to reference the technique developed by Vritra's alchemists, no records of which appear to have survived the intervening years.
Oh.
We know this, so why have you sent for us? Have you learned aught of value or not?
Patience, good sir. One must introduce the subject before launching into specifics.
Oh, yes, yes, yes. I forgot about that.
From what we understand, travel between worlds is accomplished by passing through the nebulous rift which exists between them. Picture, if you will, the moment you were called to the first.
I remember that, yes. Quite a memorable experience. Yes, that Archon loaf was disgusting. Vile.
You touched a focus of some kind to help the Exarch pinpoint your location. His summoning spell then channeled the energies of the Crystal Tower to begin your journey to his world.
We're going to be using the same Magitech in order to do that into the void.
The magics tore a hole in the wall separating source and shard, and cast you into the intervening nothingness. In that place, the laws of nature hold no sway. Yet even through this realm of temporal and spatial instability, you were borne safely to your destination in the first. The feat that guided you across such an unimaginable distance, both physical and metaphorical, was nothing short of a miracle. Though there are several methods by which the Void's denizens might intrude upon our world, the rituals of summoning are the most typical. For example, let us consider the Gargoyle, a creature of middling power.
No, 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 don't get the gargoyles involved. I have had enough of them in Elden Ring. Alright, I don't need any in there. Oh, this is going back to the Void. This is the Void Arc music. Oh, what? No, no, we got another cult.
To call upon such an entity, the prospective summoner must force open a Void Gate. The portal lasts but a moment and is relatively small, allowing only an imp or other lesser being to squeeze through with their physical body intact.
The Void Arc series are going to have a massive implication on this new experience that we're going through. Oh, wow.
Our more powerful gargoyle, however, is too large for that. Creating a gate big enough for him would require vast amounts of energy, far beyond the reserves of any one mortal practitioner.
Oh, look how it's wiggling. Look at it. Oh. Ugh. Oh. Boys, we have visitors.
Instead, 'tis far more common to bring over only the entity's soul. We had a taste of that ourselves when a certain Exarch dragged us to the first.
Oh.
And just as our bodies remained in our world, the Void Sense physical form is left behind in the 13th.
Oh, that's wild. They're probably wondering where their pals are, and they're all just... their souls have just left. You know, boys being boys, gargoyles being gargoyles.
Once at its destination, the summoned soul is granted a temporary shell to inhabit. In the gargoyle's case, a stone effigy has proven a suitable vessel.
This is really cool, and it's a much darker tone, isn't it? Oh, hell yeah. Oh, hell yeah.
Wait. You said that Voidsent must be called here deliberately by someone in the source, reeled in like a fisherman with his catch.
Exactly. For a being to navigate the chaos of the rift, with or without form, there must needs be a guiding agent on the other side.
When the hordes poured forth from Alag's Great Gate, it was the technologists who drew them through. Though to my knowledge, planar fissures are in essence natural passages between our world and the void, which require no such guidance to traverse. Why is only the boundary between the source and the 13th so fragile? So much so that it often tears open of its own accord.
I believe solving that mystery is key to understanding travel between the source and its reflections.
Ooh, this is gonna get spicy in the future patches, isn't it?
Answers?
No, the danger is too great.
What? Hey, don't be going back on it now.
Perhaps, but what some call danger, others think of as adventure.
Well, yeah, you fart in public. There's a danger there, but it's still an adventure. Alright.
Are you not listening to my tale?
I am indeed.
Never mind that the means to expand the gate has been lost to the ages. Even could you force the portal wide enough, you would be greeted by an army of murderous horrors the very instant you step through.
That's easy. That's a walk in the park.
I assure you I was most attentive. And I agree that to go alone would be certain death. But if I were to bring along one who has already braved the 13th and humbled the cloud of darkness, well, I imagine my chances would be much improved.
Count me in. So much for taking it easy, huh? Me and Stuart in Costa del Sol taking it back, having a nice cup of PG dip. Count me in.
I had a feeling you might say that. Once again, I put my life in your ever-reliable hands.
Don't put that amount of pressure on me. Come on, you can handle yourself now, Lestola, alright?
As much as I would like to march straight back to the Void Gate, there is the small matter of being unable to open it without the Satrap's personal authority.
I mean, you got the whole of Twitter backing you, so you should be alright on your own.
As I've said before, I will grant you and yours any boon you choose to name, provided it does not endanger my people.
Ooh.
You have my word that we will take every precaution. Not a single Voidsent will be allowed to threaten Radzatan, assuming we manage to expand the portal in the first place.
Once if we have the same sort of situation with Thancred at the beginning of A Realm Reborn.
Actually, I had hoped you might help us with that. I presume the alchemists you retained supplied you with some explanation of their methodology.
That they did. House Daimir was overseeing the project.
Daimir. Ah, yes. The family associated with the great work.
I did not fully comprehend the theory, but their research began with a Voidsent which had slipped through the fissure.
Oh, and that's the guy that we see at the beginning.
After a thorough examination, they created an arcane simulacrum possessed of similar qualities. A man-made Voidsent, if you will. It was apparently indispensable in their efforts to enlarge the gate.
Oh.
A man-made Pengfent.
Oh yes, a Reaper. And that's probably how our class came to be,
Yes.
no?
Being great admirers of the Archons, House Daymir submitted detailed notes to Charlene's official committee. They expected praise and accolades for their simulacrum, and were thus devastated to be informed that their work had been classified as prohibited material.
If that's true, then those notes might still be stored in a forbidden archive somewhere. Not Google, of course, since that library had yet to be built. Which leaves us with...
Restricted area with Graha's favorite place to sneak around most probably. Back in old Charlian.
Indeed. Numenon's restricted stacks may very well hold a copy. In which case, I say we head directly to Charlian.
There we are, and that's probably where Cryal's request is going to come in handy. So we get a two birds, one stone situation.
Unless you anticipate needing help to reach the high shelves. Go on ahead. I still need to find Mirad and tell him about the Kalzal Foundation.
Now that's fair. Thank you for helping us though.
Let us be on our way as well.
No worries. Ah, visitors, and quite the esteemed ones at that. What may I, whoa, pray forgive the intrusion, Skulark. But we were hoping you might give us secure permission to enter the restricted archives. Oh, no, this is not the guy. This is the other geezer. The four raised into the stacks this time, huh? I applaud this newfound sense of property. Yet in all this wild world of comparative celerity, what so compels you to disturb a vault of forbidden wisdom? I know this is so fucking random, but I'm the only one who thinks Ma Webb is hot. No, she's a MILF indeed. Fascinating. I had no such idea such a technique existed. I wouldn't be surprised if you had. If my assumptions is correct, the research left behind by the House Here has laid dormant in Charlian's archives for many centuries. And if you unearth this research, what then? Surely you do not intend to cross over into the void? That is, in fact, precisely what we intend. To what end, pray tell? To develop a method of traversing the rift, for one, that I might keep my word to a distant friend. Sentiment aside, I have journeyed to the end of existence. I have heard, felt, and thought endlessly about the truth of our world and the echo of its future. And yet I want to understand everything, to unravel all of it down to the very last secret. What scholarly worth of the name wouldn't force open a void gate or two? Of a grand revelation was the promised reward. Ah, marvelous. An audacious proposal worthy of Master Montoya herself. And after all, unwise and where force. For one, I do not believe you would use knowledge for ill. I see no reason not to present you your request for the forum's consideration. Although your petition would be better received if you also had the support of another well-placed acquaintance. Cryal will do the trick. Master Fortune, of course, he can hardly ignore an earnest request from his dearest children, most treasured comrades. I was hesitant to approach him directly, but there is no denying that having Master Fortune on our side would tip the balance in our favor. Very well, we will pay him a visit at the Levier and state a please our pace. One last thing before you go. I will consider it a personal favor if you might share me with the discoveries you made in the void. My appetite for knowledge is the very bit of insatiable of yours. I'd wager if you could see your way to indulge in an old man's curiosity. Of course, Skulark, we will pass on any revelations. Very well, Emelians would invite you to inside for tea. But I assume this is not a social visit. You have a matter of importance to discuss. Then pray proceed. You have my full attention. Oh, tea at the door? Oh, look at this! Look at this kind of welcome. Oh, a man could not ask for any more. Well, I suppose I should praise you for following the proper protocols this time around. Well, same goes for you, huh? Scholar Mongarg expressed much the same sentiment. I assure you, we're not attempting to circumvent the forum's authority again, unless it is absolutely necessary, of course. Of course? You do understand that the restricted archives are restricted for a good reason, yes? If no pressing need exists, then why risk the consequences of employing this forbidden knowledge? For a brother who misses his sister, she was a guardian and his friend, a selfless hero who crossed the rift between worlds to save her homeland from horror and suffering. But the brother has given up on the thought of reunion. He spends his efforts elsewhere, watching over a people yet healing from the flames of the final days, loyal to his duty while betraying the longing in his heart. This is no vital mission, perhaps reuniting these siblings, but it is a worthy cause to pursue all the same. As one who feared losing his own loved ones and spent years in research to prevent it, surely you appreciate how painful a separation must be. Oh, kind of uppercutting him that way. Reflections are still very much a mystery to us. Offering to share your experiences in the first should constitute a fair exchange for your cooperation. Do not celebrate just yet. The forum must be conceived. I will add your request to the list of today's deliberations and deliver the decision to you at the Baldessian Annex. From what did the forum decide? Put it bluntly, Master Montoya has burned some bridges here in the Sharlayan and salted the earth for good measure. But it becomes clear that her student was the petitioner in question. Well, no few members voiced their discontent. Then the chamber was reminded, no uncertain terms, I might add, of course, the incredible debt we owe to you and your companions. Damn straight, we saved the world after all, huh? That served to silence the grumble and stiffen a few spines. It was agreed that the following entry to the archives was at least the least we could do in return. Look at that. That is wonderful news. Thank you both for speaking on behalf. Yes, well, yeah, as I am sure you are aware, this permission was not extended lightly. Forbidden knowledge is to be treated with the utmost caution, and there be no repercussions if it is not. I wish you well in your endeavour and bid you a good day. Ever the same, that one. Uncompromising, aye. But that was, stoic. Is exactly what Sharlayan needed to guide it through not one, but two exodus. Okay, him, huh? Oh, whoa. This is every librarian's wet dream. We got the Bob Ross painting thing up there as well. Wow. That is nuts.
If House Damia's notes are to be found anywhere, it will be here. Let us begin.
Aye, aye, Captain. Oh, you're not going to blow it off?
The ether signature is unmistakable. I've felt the traces of House Damia's resonance many times at the Great Work. Time to see what all the fuss was about.
Yes, yes, let's crack it open, shall we? I wonder if the book is going to act as some sort of portal or something. Oh, that is the thing that was used in a Void
Among the ranks
Arc.
of the Void Sent, there exist entities with the power to call forth their brethren from beyond. The species known as Atomos, however, is uniquely prodigious in this regard. From its distended maw, it can expel an endless procession of void-born creatures. A talent which sorely tested the Radiant host in its battles against these abominations.
Oh.
Surmising that the entity itself was acting as a void gate, we endeavored to capture a small specimen and subsequently examine its physiological structure. Our findings revealed that the Atomos had absorbed a planar fissure into its own flesh, which it could expand at will into a functioning gate.
Oh, no wonder it looks nasty.
Upon further analysis, we identified an ethereal wave pattern emitted during this process. A pattern we were able to emulate by passing crystal-stored ether through a specially designed prism. We proceeded to embed said prism into an arcane simulacrum, thus completing what we have dubbed our artificial Atomos.
Oh.
How could I have been so blind to the possibilities? This species, not to mention its ability to summon Void Sent, has been discussed among academics for years now. Just before the advent of the 7th Umbral Calamity, we received reports of Atomos sightings from every corner of Eorzea. Surely you've at least heard the tales.
Maybe once or twice. You know, I don't really indulge myself in them.
And still, House Daemir went and built a mock Atomos of their very own. I'm not surprised the Archons consigned their work to a restricted archive. It was no easy task, but at last we've unearthed the volume we've been searching for.
Hides that book out of nowhere. That book was huge.
I'd be lying if I said I wasn't tempted to stay longer. See what other forbidden titles might be lurking on these shelves. But that would be abusing the very special privilege we've been granted now, wouldn't it?
You could ask to check out a book or two. Maybe they could sway with that, maybe. Oh, there comes the geezer again. Look at him. What a geezer. I feel like this is not going to be the last time that we're going to go into this library. I feel like this is going to be a constant thing that we go back and forth into. Yes, Stola. As much as I would love to start crafting the Atomos, I am afraid this is as far as my outside field of expertise. Unfortunately, we know of a Hamish alchemist who would be delighted to involve herself in the House Daemir project. Our business here is concluded for the moment. Please pass on our regards to the forum. Your message will be conveyed should you wish to indulge in more forbidden literature. I will hear patron mode disabled. Security mode engaged. If anyone can help us, it's Nadar. I will return to Fafnir to look for her the great work. And to the great work we go then, huh? But there's a secret void gate, and it's sealed in the ruins at the bottom of the bounty. Today is a day of revelation indeed. If the purpose of our man-made Atomos is to expand this hidden portal, then I need to see it for myself. I think manipulating the rift-spanning apertures is not the sort of thing you want to attempt without first talking or taking into account every single factor. Then all by means accompanying us to the vault, I plan to lead us back there shortly, once we've finished gathering the components I require.
The ruins alone were impressive enough, but I never dreamed such a treasure lay hidden in the depths of the bounty.
This is not gonna work! The ominous music you know is gonna kick in.
It may have been helpful to know this device existed, Your Excellency.
My apologies. The gate was a secret I shared with none but my closest advisors. I feared for what might happen should those with ill intentions learn of its existence.
That is very true.
What is it you're doing now?
Summoning a primal
There's something I wish to verify.
How much
The NOAA
Aether is there?
reports claim that a short stint into the void carries little risk of etheric imbalance. Should one suffer an injury, however, or if one's expedition drags on longer than intended, that risk becomes significantly greater.
Ooh.
Graha theorized that a warding scale would confer protection from the void's corrupting influence. But I would prefer to test that hypothesis before we set foot in the 13th ourselves.
Well, yeah, that would make total sense.
So, this is an experiment of sorts.
Yes, an experiment. Tell me, how would you go about testing the efficacy of the warding scale?
I don't know. A little bit of bing, a little bit of bong, and everything will be fine. Say nothing and look meaningfully at Stydian.
What? Why are you looking at me like that?
What do you mean?
Surely
Why are
you'd
you
not
looking at me
expect
like that?
To wriggle through that tiny portal.
Yes, you're shorter than me. Well,
We needn't attempt anything so drastic. A small familiar should serve well enough.
A Lullafell, we can put a Lullafell in there. Yes? Well, how about a little
lowly
porky?
imp can navigate a fissure, no matter how narrow.
Oh, you want to summon
Which
an
means
imp?
an arcane entity of similar stature should be able to manage the same.
Oh, what?
I hadn't wanted it to come to this, but no other familiars will do, I'm afraid.
I mislike the sound of that.
Oh,
What manner of fiend does she mean to summon?
a big boy. You know, big boys. Okay? Big wings.
From ocean rise and cloudbank form, from mountain spring and rainfall storm, from river flow and life be born.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Never would I have... Why? Look at... No way.
Water, water, froth and fire!
What? What is that? Kind of hot, not gonna lie. What?
Ready your arms. I fear she's been possessed.
What, by water?
Oh, come now. That was adorable.
Hit her with salt water. You know what to do, boys. Now, why does everything that looks so cute is going to be so evil? Why have you summoned ice creams?
Though not my first choice. These familiars I conceived of as a child have the best chance of fitting through the gate. I only wish my younger self had considered a more dignified ending to the creation ritual.
Yeah. They look like little marshmallows.
In any case, these two should serve as well.
What, are they the sacrifice?
This one will bear a warding scale.
Oh, God. Oh, really? Oh, yeah, just ploink him in him. Yep, no worries.
And when they return from the 13th, we can observe how the talisman, or absence thereof, has affected the progress of the Void's corruption. If
What
I
if
could
you don't come
impose
back?
upon you to open the gate, Your Excellency?
Hey, what if Marshmallow thinks, hey, you know what? This place seems a lot better.
Yes, of course.
We should also be wary of void sense slipping through while we conduct our experiment. Estinian, you are to keep Nadana safe from harm.
As you say.
Yes.
You had best be on your guard as well.
I always am. I always am. What?
And we are glad for it. Let us begin, shall we?
Yes, let's begin. That was weird. Oh, now you're open up the goop again.
Nixies, into the void.
No. What? Why would you call them that? The sacrifice was made. They could have played one continuous cutscene there. I don't feel like they needed to take me out of that.
I think we've waited
scene.
long enough.
They could have just done a scene where it says, some time has passed.
Nixies, return to my side.
Nope. Nope, they ain't coming back. They actually did. Oh, okay, all right. Looks like something out of a horror film. Kill it.
Thank you, little one. You did well.
Oh, the poor thing. Its essence has been irrevocably
It
warped.
was. It was just a necessary sacrifice. Excuse me? Have you just opened? Open what? I'm not opening anything.
We're out of time. I must reseal the void gate.
Yeah, that ain't gonna happen. You got the keys on the other side. Open, open, open. Like, whole door. Oh.
Coming through.
Oh, that's nasty.
In the name of Albsterz III, I bar this door unto
Oh,
the
wait,
void.
gremlins. That's the thing. That's why, because we gave them water after 12. It is the thing with gremlins. You don't give them water after 12 or food, and you will be fine. That's not going to hold for long.
Well, that was a sharp lesson in the dangers of void gates.
Look at this blob. Just casually, just like, yeah. I'm good, man.
And what of our experiment? I'd say the results speak for themselves.
Yeah, one's dead, one's alive.
The unprotected Nixie has suffered extensive etheric corruption. As Nidana observed, it's well on its way to becoming a void scent.
Well, put it out as misery.
The one merged with the talisman, however, appears unaffected. I sense no changes to its equilibrium.
I was just having a time of his life.
Rest now, little ones.
Graha's theory was correct then.
So it would seem. But while our second familiar was untouched by void energies, the talisman itself shows signs of degradation.
Oh, pampering.
It was, of course, originally designed to shield the soul from primal tempering. It stands to reason that etheric corruption of a different sort would affect it differently. We may need to modify the warding scale's design to account for the 13th's uniquely unstable ether.
You've said much of the Void's instability, but my imagination fails me. What manner of place is this broken world?
But no Stuart goes.
Ah, my apologies. I forget that not all of us spend our days sequestered in dusty archives. The 13th is a reflection of the source that was drowned in a flood of darkness. In Emmett Selk's own words, this tragedy was a result of the Ascians' attempts to force a rejoining. They erred in their haste, and made of that world a useless void. You remember Una Kalhai, the unusual child we met during our troubles with the Warring Triad. He explained the fate of the 13th thus. The champions of that ill-fated world used the stone known as Auracite to contain the power of primals. But those self-same heroes were gradually corrupted by the Auracite's bleeding energies, transforming into fiends with an endless hunger for ether. By the time anyone thought to oppose them, Light's strength had grown too feeble, and the balance of the 13th tipped into eternal darkness. And what of your own experience? Will you tell us of what you observed during Noah's expedition?
It was kind of wild, to be honest. There was a lot going on. A lot of sacrificing, a lot of weird dragons. It was quite the trip.
I can picture it now. The sunless, Stygian expanse, infested with legions of ether-starved monstrosities. A void in every sense of the word.
What you have described in such lurid detail is exactly why I hesitate to encourage you.
You know this is all going to go wrong at some point.
Worry not, great Vritra. Our journey into the 13th is but the first leg of a longer voyage.
Expansion? That's hint of the expansion.
A voyage that shall lead us to other reflections, to new mysteries and discoveries. And I mean to be there every step of the way.
Okay, foreshadowing me like that, Square Enix, okay.
But first I must focus on refining the warding talisman.
Then I can begin work on constructing an artificial Atomos. Or I could, if I had the relevant manuals to hand. Might I be so bold as to request access to the Satrap's family archives?
Maybe?
Your Excellency?
Oh, yes. That can be arranged. I will speak to my officials upon our return.
Sus. Sus. Something happened while he was...
See you back in the city then.
When he constantly keeps opening and closing the void gate, does he get some of that? Ooh, maybe, potentially. I may be a little bit off on that one. No, something definitely seems off.
Ah, hey Stola. The adjustments are going well, I hope?
Tis a lengthy process, but the end is in sight, yes.
That's wonderful news. I myself had some good fortune searching through the Satrap's private records. What I found was a transaction log dated around the same period as when Alzadal's legacy was built. It included a purchase list of highly exclusive alchemical components. And I knew I'd discovered the key to making the artificial Atomos.
Oh!
I then visited the High Crucible to commission the materials. After I'd explained my requirements, I was beset by volunteers insisting I allow them to help with the entire project.
The usual reaction to someone forcing open a void gate is to run for the hills. Harnish academics certainly are a different
they're
breed.
built different.
The alchemists of old were cut from a similar cloth. The unknown held no fear for them. Indeed, they were ever eager to seek new knowledge, regardless of the danger.
And were you not also fearless, heedless even, in your determination?
That's very true.
My sire entered his dormancy before I was hatched. And so it was Ashdaya who kept my eggs safe and warm.
Oh, man.
It created a bond between us. Even long after I learned to fend for myself, I rarely strayed from her side. She was my guardian, my sister, my dear companion. And not a single day passes that I do not mourn her absence. No matter how deep the darkness, I would not surrender my search. I promised myself the time would come when we would once more take to the skies together.
I hope they end up getting reunited with each other, because that's going to be pretty nice
I am
to see.
satrap now.
The Radiant Host is here to serve, Your Excellency.
Nabdeen, what is this about?
Celestinian told us of your predicament. For centuries, you have protected Rads at Han, never showing your true self, hiding behind a curtain and living only in service to the people. Your dedication meant more to us than your deceit, and so did we accept you as our rightful ruler. After all that you have sacrificed for this nation, did you imagine we would begrudge you your heart's desire? We survived the final days. We are a strong and proud people. We, the Radiant Host, will keep Thavnair safe in your absence.
I am grateful for your loyalty and for your encouragement. And yet...
Now you listen to me, Varshan.
Whoa, whoa, all right. Easy with the tone going on there.
You are wearing that face, after all. As I have told you before, you are a little brother to us all.
Hey, why are you hitting us with that music?
Is your sister. We are there for you if you need us. But do not ask us to sit by and watch while you abandon a sibling you have ached to rescue for millennia.
Aww.
We will succeed in opening the way. It is only a matter of time. All you need do is prepare to step through to the other side.
Lahoy. Alright, just step on the other side with the boots. Oh, they got everyone coming in. You got Ostinian as well? Oh my.
Your Excellency, I wanted to thank you for building the orphanage. It means so much that my sister and I will have a place to be together, safe and happy. And I hope that you and your sister can be together again too.
Protect them well, you must take heart.
Take heart and protect them well. Such were the words I once said to you. And here I stand, failing to live up to them.
This is really cool that this, like...
If my heart is torn, I am fit to protect neither Ashdaya nor Radzatan.
That they're going down this Vritra sort of storyline and exploring this option. Because obviously there's still a connection with all the dragons and stuff.
My people, I have come to a decision. Varshan will depart Thavnair for a time.
Oh.
My dragon self will remain in the palace, but only to conduct the satrap's most essential duties. While I am focused on controlling this vessel, there may be matters that escape my attention. I rely on you, my trusted friends, to watch over one another until I return.
Take care, and fair fortune, little brother.
No.
Many tears would be shed should you come to harm.
He ain't coming to harm, not when he's in my protection.
I would not dare make you cry.
Yeah, damn straight. No, yeah, I'd say we're good to go, to be honest. Indeed, we're perfect for our purpose, I should think. I'd rather not bother the Scions with aught less than a dire threat to the star. Now, on to the Pacifics. Unlike the first, where the flood of the light was halted before the devastation was complete, the 13 has been utterly subdued by the darkness. My plan as such is to explore the void in stages, withdrawing to safety after each brief day. Thus would be more convenient had some manner of base camp nearer to the gate itself. One of the palace's chambers should serve. Come, let us reconvene outside the Meg. There will be a suitable accommodations. Might we make some suitable available for our guests? All the chambers are presently hosting the great mounds of the treasure carried out of the vault. Once the Foundation's activities begin in earnest, however, we can redistribute the trove and make room for a two ready for inhabitants. Good. Please inform me when they've completed the arrangements. As you heard, you have settled into Meg in due time. As ever, you are most gracious, Your Excellency. You risk yourself to aid in my search for Asda. Providing comfortable quarters is the least I can do. I only wish we knew more about our destination. The gods only know how long our explorations may take, or possibly take, or the chances of a succeed might possibly be. Succeed or fail, I am grateful for you to convincing me to make the attempt. On that note, I'll return to the great work and lend what I can to Nadine. If your preparations make ear venture into the 13th, now is the time. All I need is my armor and my lance. Perhaps I'll train with the Radiant Host to pass the time before we depart. You know what this means, Albsterz, but my purpose does not need to consume you as well. We are heading to another world. Find what joy you can in experience. For you are a traveler, an adventurer at heart. This I know. So we're actually going... Oh, damn. So we're actually going into the void. And this is probably where we're going to be spending, what, at least at the beginning of 6.2? Because I feel like this is going to be the cliffhanger that we go into the end of 6.1. Meanwhile, in the 13th. Oh, this place does not look beautiful. Well, it looks beautiful. Oh, there's back with the guy. Oh my god. Oh my... No. No way. No way. Is it actually the void scent of Xenos, or is it someone completely different? Oh, there's hands on his face. Oh, whose grand's that?
Unless I am returned.
Oh, come on, that's nasty.
To this world, bereft of saviors.
I like that they're going down this horror route, though. Like, please, keep it coming, because that... as nasty as that looks amazing. Oh. Let pass and walk, adventurers spurred, pulses quickened, spirits stirred. It is the Xenos Void Scent? I thought so. To be continued. No! That's 6.1! That's 6.1! Chat, we finished 6.1.
Count what you have now. Don't count what you don't.